Welcome everyone to the third quarterfinal of the Spring 2014 Tanoshii Tournament. Today our players are AOA, C13, Ara and Took. As always, the top two players will advance to the semifinals. And the match has begun. The first dealer is C13. He starts in hanchan with a chun pair. We also have AOA with a yakuhai pair, as well as Tuk, while Arara's yakuhai is an anko. So everybody has yakuhai at the moment. Anybody can go for a fast hand. And Tuk has two of the Akadora. The Omtedora is E-pin and none have been drawn yet. Now Arara gets one and is hanchan with this Ton Anko of his. That's one of the hands that can be expensive. Tuk's hand can also be expensive. And AOA also got an Anko, so he might also get a big hand, especially if he goes towards a Chanta Sanshoku Dora or something crazy like that. Okay, we have AOA, hanchan, just pay for the moment. C13 also hanchan. Doesn't take the chun possibility for some reason. I should say no reason. Wait, did Arara just break hanchan? Yes, he didn't for no reason at all. Meanwhile, Tuk is up to hanchan with that Sha Dora. Arara back to hanchan. He abandoned his Dora but has IPK and some Anko possibilities at the moment. Some of those ways pretty weak though. C13 draws a chun pair and would have been Tempa had he not misplayed earlier. Tuk's hanchan pretty frightening. That could be Itsu Dora-san Sha for a Damahane. Tuk is Tempa for Dora Takame Sha. It's a pretty standard Riichi case. Declares it, waits his shampoo on Sha and Uso. Both Usos drawn both Sha in the wall. Good chance of sumo with the Sha. AOA has been in Damaten for some time. For a pay only waiting on Chiso. It's Gembutsu against Took and Araradros, the last one, and Tsuonki reset.
No.
AOA sneakiness prevails here. The hell weight on Chiso. 4,300 points and Tristek. Now entering East second round, Arara, who dealt in, is in last place and dealer. His hand sort of a Yunchan shape, but might also use that Akadora, Akauso with the Dora Chiso to make a more standard Dora Dora Riichi hand. Meanwhile, AOA has a Sha pair and gets a pawn, moving into Ronshanten for Sha Aka. Cheap hand to extend his lead a bit further. Took also with a pawn. His hand just a ton for the moment. C13 pretty bad. Possible Tanya, Dora even, but only Sanshanten. Arara drawing a lot of Manju, going towards more of an Itsu than a Sanshoku really. But it can still, actually, it can be both just fine. Then if he's really crazy, he goes for a Manzu Chinitsu. C13 gets Dora. I think Nanagiri is just fine here. 6-man of all tiles. That's weak. We have more mans for Ara He's Ishanten on the Itsu, Sanshanten on Chinitsu. Another man tile for Ara Chinitsu Ronshanten. Tukis Ronshanten gives the possibility to count at east. AOA Ishanten, still Sha Aka. AOA Tenpai. Upin Machi. Arara's going to deal in with that last Upin of his. He can't get Chinitsu at this point. Unless AOA goes for a crazy weight switcher instead of Betauris. Meanwhile, C13 is Ishanten on at best pin for Doradora. Ara draws another man tile, but he can't discard that Upin. He's going to play into AOA again at this rate. And that he does.
No.
AOA's cheap 2000 pointer killing a Oya Menchin Ishanten, and AOA's lead extends. Arara's deficit extends as well, but still all 20 as the game is close. Two going for yet another cheap hand for this game, a Chun Takomedora. Already Ishanten. He's dealing, so of course it's a good play. He can also count his pay, decides not to. The hand can score a solid 4,000 points, so it's not too weak. Thanks to both the pay Anko and Tedora possibilities. AOA Ishanten, this time just one Dora. C13, Ronshanten, 2 of the Akadora. Took Tenpai. Waiting on 1 Yasume Cheapin and 2 Takamedora Soupin in the wall. Arara gets a Dora for a Ronshanten. C13 Ishanten. I think discard. Yes, that exact tile here. C13 Tenpai. Whoa. He goes for the Riichi Dora Dora instead of the Riichi Pinfu Dora. The only weakness is weight by one tile, but one tile matters more than a couple extra points from upgrading Pinfu to a Dora. And 2 gets Tsuma with the Dora. With that alone, he's first. 1300 all plus the reach from C13. So we have Took in first, AOA, second C13, third Ara Ara in last. Is third, first Honba, everybody at 20,000 still. If Ara wins his hand, he might take a solid first, for example, because he has 2 Dora. But Took's hand is really good too. Tampin Dora Iisanten. So a great chance at Ojamantsuma to take the game's first truly notable lead. Took having to do some fairly interesting tile efficiency decisions. Takes the fighter's path to Tempa in the end. Meanwhile, Arara has all 3 Akadora at the moment. That means the hand with reach hits as hard as Haneman. Arara's Iisanten chooses to discard E1, aiming for a open Tanya perhaps. Not taking the fighter's path to Tempa with that, I mean. Arara's going full speed for the Tanya. And 2 gets a perfect draw. That's a rich Tanya Pinfu Dora. 116 guaranteed, so effectively dealer Mangan. Arara's hand is still strong enough to fight back. It can't really defend either. Arara Iisanten and manages to take it. The other 2 players playing it safe. LC13 hasn't broken his hand yet. Took only has 2 Tsuma tiles left. So his win chances are not that high. All depends where the final 5-pin goes, because if Arara manages to use it. And this is Arara's Iisanten takes an interesting shape, and that's a great discard of the 8, of course. But time's running out. C13 Tempa, just Pinfu. And discards a dangerous style going to a Damaten. That's usually not a move you want to make. Either full attack or full defense, and he pays for it dearly. 11,900 points. C13 falls last, and Took takes a magnificent 12,800 point lead. AOA is now a fairly strong amount of points above Ara with 7,600 point gap. Took continues to deal. He could extend his lead even further and try to guarantee his advancement from this round with 1 single hanchan. The Dora's the pass, so Took has 2 Dora, but his hand is only Sanshanten on this 5th turn. C13 from last place going for a fairly fast Hakupon. The hand is pretty crap, so it can't do much more. So it's acceptable even if you're deep last. Arara goes for Tanyao. He's with 1 Akadora there, the shape's still a bit weak. Took his Shanten. This might become even something as massive as Pinfu Itsu Dora Dora. Though that is unlikely. Well, Rich Dora 3 isn't bad either. C13 gets Akadora for a slightly more expensive shape. AOA hits Ishanten. Oh, that was a bad discard, but Ishanten regardless. Tuk goes for the open Itsu. Tässä vit heisti Arara, Tempajan, Tanya, Doraichi. In fact, after that call, when he was making the call, Tuk faced a lock of only 2 Chiso being available for the Itsu. I don't quite get us what AOA is doing with that, but he ends up dealing into Arara. Just making some bad discards here, and one way or another, he pays for that. I think the best bet there would have been using 6 mana as pair and then using a Roman machine the pins for Ipeiko. So it might have been a bit inefficient. I didn't quite pay attention to the river. In any case, Arara now gets within only 2,400 points of AOA and could get second place with one powerful strike. Speaking of powerful, that he has had is a Chantadora Ruin Shanten right now with some Yunshan Sanshoku available in the long run, maybe. AOA meanwhile has also a Dora hand, but using a Pinfu. And Ara gets the Yunshan Sanshoku Dora Ruin Shanten. Huh? AOA drops his Dora for no reason. Oh wait, this might be the better move when it comes to tile efficiency. No, I don't think it is. South. Go for the Yunshan Ara. Why did you break your Sanshoku? Why? You just lost at the worst 300 with that. It would be such a great save with throwing both of those Souths away and then having all the pin support. Why the 8-man? What is Arara thinking? Is he going for Honroto of all Yaku in the game? Meanwhile, C13 completely ignored by me, throws a simple reach pin for Ipeiko. Ippatsuma with that! Subara indeed. That's a Mangan. C13 making serious headway for getting out of last place. In the end, Arara stumbling with the Honroto didn't really matter. And now we have a very close bottom 3 with a sovereign leader in Tuk. C13 still last. But now it's gonna be the most interesting hand of them all. South first. Both Arara and AOA having very honor-heavy hands. Arara taking a quick call towards Honitsu. With Hatsu, that's a 4,000 point minimum. AOA meanwhile is downsizing the honors, going for only a Chun Anko closed hand. And C13 carrying 2 of the Akadora might hit hard with a Reach Pinful style hand. The first place Tuk meanwhile has a fairly bad save with a useless pay Anko. Arara of course committed on the Honitsu after that first Otakaze call. C13 is something. There was a weak discard. So, but the fact that he has Itsu Dora as a possibility doesn't change. It seems to find a pair to complement that run so wait. Arara's second call gets him into Ishanten on a plain Bakahon. The 6-7-1 shape is extremely redundant. It only waits on a single Pawan. And C13 Itsu Dorani Oyaman Tempai. And reaches, waiting on E-pin. I get the Dora was a hellweight, so it wasn't really a good gamble. Now, might anybody play into this? One e-pin is discarded, there's 2 in the wall. Supin isn't coming out for the Sui, so the e-pin will not be safe at any point. It's not that likely that C13 would sumo this. But Arara manages to Ponte Hatsu and get into a fair tempo. He might be the one winning this and taking second place. There aren't many winning tiles left for him though, but that might just be enough. So it's 2 and 2. Stuk with a very dangerous discard of the run, so Arara can call for a Toi, Toi does not. I wouldn't have minded a Toi Toi there, would I? No, it would still have been a bit weak. And Arara gets a Tsuma in the end. With Hatsu Honitsu and enough Fu, he gets a 5-2 plus reach stick, and second place is now his. He's been making some serious comebacks against AOA's early beating of him, and now stands fine in second, and has his dealership with a possible threat for even first place. However, his hand is weak now, so it looks like he will have to settle for second place. At the moment, Tuk has most of the Dora support, with 2 Akadora and excellent facilities for the Omotadora 6-pin. AOA gets a tune for a Sanshanten, actually Chitoch Dora Dora, only Ryonshanten, and breaks both of those up to go for a Tanyao. I don't quite like that decision. Arara has a possible Sanshoku here, but just Pinfu might be better with the dealership. Depends on what he gets first. Okay, so he breaks a Sanshoku, goes for standard Pinfu, maybe Dora. AOS back to Ronshanten. C13 is still in last place, especially after losing a Rich Stick and Oyakawori in the previous hand. His current hand has 3 Dora in it, and is Ronshanten, so it certainly looks like a possible comeback for him. And nobody else really has that much of a faster hand, so you might be able to make it to even second place with this one. AOA meanwhile would have had a Cheetos Doradora Tempai at this point, had they gone for that possibility. San is quite a mess at this point. Arara gets a possible Dora weight and decides to throw it away. He's playing pretty defensively, too defensively, with giving a single tune up there. AOA breaks up his Ishanten for no reason. This happened quite a few times this game by different players. Tuk gets bored of being close and goes for this open Tanyao. Then drops the 5-man. I don't quite see why. C13 still stuck in the Ronshanten, so is Tuk. Tuk can pawn for a second time, and that's Ishanten, and takes a restrictive one. So lots of strange decisions going from every direction. The only one not really making any big mistakes is C13, who still backfired with that 2-pin discard, which I know that falls immediately. Okay, it's fixed now, so discard 2-man here to get into Ishanten C13. So 2 Ishantens on the table now. Arara's hand pretty much broken. AOA calls. No Yaku. Sanshoku is a bit far away. Tuk to Tenpai. Waiting on mostly nothing because everything has been taken. Yup, no tiles in the wall for Duke to Sumo. Nobody's going to discard any. C30 might go open here just to get Tempai. Doesn't. Draws Tempai. This is a reach case. No need to hesitate. It's a Hellweight. So he's hesitating, but just gunning for the Northern Bappu is fine here. Now there's a Shampoo weight. Will he reach now? He might, he should. There's 3 twin tiles he doesn't see, so the chance of Sumo would be quite high. Of course, he can just Sumo. Does not. So AOA gets the last draw and is still Ishanten, remember. Ara Noten. 2 can C13 Tempai at the moment. No idea why Ara didn't just drop Genbutsu. AOA is Tempai, but he might deal into Hote Dorayon! Doesn't. He has some common sense at least. Doesn't go for a Tempai, which would have resulted in a massive play-in. So Erara's dealership quietly passes C13, closing in on AOA while Duke moving further in the first place. Hanchan will probably come down to C30's and AOA's battle for third. All those valuable 10,000 bonus points. So, Dora is 5 pin, C13 getting another Dora heavy hand, this time with 3 of them total. But it's a pretty weak shape and might have to resort for a pay call Pinzu Honitsu. Arara meanwhile has decided that this time Yunchan is the way to go, a open Yunchan Sanshu attempt. And AOA is Tempai. Skupirichi, 1 Dora with Dora weight. Stays Damaten. He might draw for a Sanshoku, yes, but the question is here is who's going to discard a 5-pin Dora anyways? Even if you are Damaten. Arara maybe yes.
Reach!
And he does reach in the end. Could have Karagrid for some extra disguise, but doesn't really matter at this level. Get center, so yeah, it's sheer luck, but still would discard Dora into Reichi. Nobody does. So it's discarding on Tsumo for Reichi, Tsumo Dora, and 50 makes 5-2 Ippumu for 5-5 gain. That overtakes Arara, does it? Does not overtake Arara. Gets extremely close but doesn't quite do it. 6-5 makes 6-9 and the difference at the moment is 7-1. Still 2 Dora in the wall, so AOA can very well Tsumo. Also the Ton, actually he can Ankan it still. That might give him some... The Fu alone makes the Mangan, and then there's stuff like Kandora and Rinshan Tsumo to rely on. Took cheese for unclear reasons. He has no reason to go for an offensive here, and the goal doesn't accomplish anything at all, just missing a draw he could have gotten a safe tile with, and would have gotten a safe tile with. C30 meanwhile has this possible Tanyao Dora hand and gets it to Ishanten. throwing the fairly safe paper, and that one might hit really hard. So the 5 pins will get them C13 or AOA. Whoever does has a really nice hand either in the form of C13s, Fordora, Tenpai, with Sanshoku possibility, or AOA's solid Richitsuma. C13 gets a Dora! Dukes calls, award him with it. He takes the Tenpai on Dorai on Takame Sanshoku. Takame Taneo Katagari, no Sanshoku. Sumo with the first tile. That's Sumo Tanya Dorai on Haneman. But if we had Riichi, Ipatsu, Sanshoku, and Uradora, we get no Uradora, it's Baiman, and with Uradora possible some Baiman. If even first place wasn't out of reach there, but it still is not. If C13 wins his hand with these two Akadora, he takes first place.
Boom.
AOA meanwhile is last place last year, going for a plain Ton Honitsu to start with, not bad at all. Ara now has still for third place and his hand is complete crap. Yes, so hope for something else to do something here. C13 now a big comeback. Ishanten already. Discard the 2 of course. What's with the 8 discard? That's weak. AOA is Ishanten, AOA is Tenpai. Wait a second. Ton Honitsu, if he gets Toi, that's Dealer Mangan.
Boom.
And there's the pawn. He takes a Toi instead of the 4-way weight. C13 Tenpai, Pinfu Doradora Takame Itsu. That's guaranteed first place. There's a few Takama left, but if he gets Itsu, that's even more points. Now can go Tanya. Huh? So he goes for a again Kudera Karagiri or whatever. This big Reapin Doradora. So Itsu is at this point is Hanuman guaranteed. He's counting on AOA to deal in with something. As for AOA's weight, is actually only 1 tile in the wall compared to C13's, let's see, 5. And AOA draws C13's Fini tile, deals in. C13! 2 limit hands in a row, this time a Mangan. Takes first place in the game. AOA loses despite leading at the beginning. C13, last place for a long time since the initial play, but makes a magnificent comeback at the end game. So let's have our ratings. There you have the scores. As for the next game, they're only queuing up right now. It's too bad, I only needed about 2 minutes of break, but so we're stuck here waiting for the players to queue. One thing here is that AOE and Arabu eventually took the bottom 2 places were in the same match, meanwhile the top 2 players also played against each other. So we have a victory coming for the is this match 5 or match 6 players. I suppose the players, one of the players is having a technical problem or something. I apologize for the boredom. Looking at the point gaps here. Okay, here the game begins finally. Alright, AOA Ara 2 can see 13. I'm going to run some ads while we wait for the next match to begin. What? Fucking hell, what's going on? And we're back in 10 hole. Now let's move what's second hanchan. So as I was saying, the score spread here is fairly even. We have 40 34 between Took and C13, 30 between Took and Ara, and between the bottom two, 26. But spread being even doesn't really matter. What matters here is if we can break the top 2 or not. And Took is the one that's more vulnerable. C13, of course, didn't win that many points there. So it can still be beaten if he, say, loses this one. So in the second hanchan, Took, the second place, is the one as first dealer. Meanwhile, Ara, third place, will be last. First and fourth place with not so much control at the moment. And the second hanchan has begun. As first Dora we have Suwan. C13 Ishanten of Haipai. A flexible shape, but not necessarily anything better than just Reach Doraichi. Pinfu and a second Dora possible additions. Arara also into quick Ishanten, but he has only a 2 bad weights Reach Nomi. Took also Ishanten, a crappy 3 pair Reach Nomi shape. And AOA is the first Tempai after all of that. Reach Doraichi and a good weight, so nothing bad at all. That's a good start for a possible comeback. Toetis, Ruan U1, which is a great 6 tiles in the wall at the moment. C13 is Tempai. He's going to pursue it. A good choice. His weight has only 6 tiles in the wall. So AOAs went down to 5 as well. And now AOA down to 4. And C13 deals into AOA.
No.
That's previous first dealing into previous last. The game starting as an inversion. And with order that's the go knee and reach stick, that's a pretty heavy 6000 point hit to C13. But for a hand it was set 2-6 minimum. So C13 last game he dealt in earlier made a comeback. Let's see if it happens right now. He has his dealer and has a functional Sunshine with 1 Dora. Terpale seems to be a bit faster. Arara with an interesting Souzu-based IPK Rösenten. 2 going for a pin with some Dora and Sansuku tech available. C13 now Dora Rösenten. And AOA in a great Ishanten for IPK or Itsu with Pinfu available as well. AOA will go for the Noki Tsunomi here and decides to do that. If simple, quick, good shape Tempai and Ara with his Honitsu attempt is going to end up dealing in for 1000 points.
No.
Make that a bit more points with the Akadora. That's 3900 points. AO has opened up with 2 quick wins, which also happened in the previous game, which he eventually lost. C13 also last place, and Ara getting hit as well, so this is very close to the beginning of the previous one. We shall see if the end goes the same way. Looking at the scores now, it would be, I think, AOA and C13 who would advance. So it's really hard to say, because the scores are almost artificially equal at the moment. AOA is dealer now, but last game his dealership didn't do much. Dora is done, but one is down already and nobody's going to use one if they draw it. Somebody might get afraid, maybe. Thinking, what, only one ton discarded? Does somebody still have two? Well, no, but it's a risk. And I have Ara getting some kind of Itsu word hand. Actually, a crappy pin for Rönshanten at the moment. AOA also only Rönshanten. Tuk is Rönshanten for both IPK and Sananko and Chitoitsu. The whole bunch of them. C13 Ishanten, weak weights, now a bit better. One Akadora only. And now what? Yes, you discard two. C30 might get a Sananko, and even Suanko isn't completely out of the picture. It pretty much is, but... And Tukin to Ishanten on Tanio Chitoitsu. In different awkward shape, it might go for a standard Tanio as well. AOA breaking up his hand, so again, an Ishanten, that a possible Ishanten not taken, and that pawn makes hand equals piece of crap. No Itsu is available anymore. It's a Tenpai attempt, that's all. Now two commits towards the Chitoi. C13 Ishanten, Ara Ishanten. AOA to Tenpai, no Yaku. Tuk. What? He breaks up the Shunsu and next turn he pawns? How indecisive. He's going for Tanya Toto at the moment. He could have just won a plain Tanya out there. Well, taking Tenpai on one. Tuk is Tenpai. Erara draws the very late reach Tanya IPK with a, well, wall-wise empty weight on the chip-in. Tuk won't deal in, I don't think. Meanwhile, C13 gets Suanko Ishanten and throws it away as a defensive move. AOA drops a danger tile for no real reason, and it's a draw. C13 in the last place, the only one in Norten. Now the game switches towards him being the one eliminated in the end. Now let's do the calculation. AOA gets at the moment, that's plus 4, making plus 1. C13 gets minus 21, 5 and less than 10,000. So AOA is the one dropping out actually, huh? Or Tuk at the moment scores only, what, plus 6? But plus 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 is plus. So AOA is still in the bad position here. Now what about hands? Dora is Hatsuan and drawn. C13, some kind of Tanio Aka. Arara fast open a Manzu Honitsu, huh? Nothing special about that, just a Bakahon. AOA and might become Pinfu Sanshoku. Dora in the best case. Tuk with a full-on Honitsu up to Ishanten, and that's a good shape too. With Jun Anko, Tuk has a great shot at a Mangan to take first here. Ara. Wait, what is he doing? Toi? And Tuk with Riichi Menhon Chun! it's not really that telling, and the weight is really good. He's really aiming to hit it big here. Currently 6 tiles of sumo for him. Furthermore, the 9 so is a fairly simple tile to discard. C13 discarding the Rosso, however, is much more unlikely. AOA full betauri. Arara Tempai on toi Akadora. Let's see. Both pays in the wall. If the pay comes out, Arara wins. That really can't be avoided. There's many more 6-9 so. C13 Tempai. Ruan Upaso Sammenchan on Tanya Doraichi. So 3 players Tempai at the moment. We will win the face-off. AOA absorbing some of Took's winning tiles there. And Took deals in C13! And to reach 6 plus, the win points means that C13 now is back to the 20,000s and has a lock on advancing pretty much.
Boom.
So 2 quick points of right off the bat. AOA gets pay, Took gets Dabunan, and Arara follows suit with the Chun. C13 probably won't win this round. By the way, Took by dealing fell to 3rd place, which weakens his position going for the advancement quite a bit. AOE and Arara both call to Ishantens. Took is Ishanten for a possible Sananko Toi even. AOE discarding this Dora shape in a bit strange fashion. Took cheese for a more simple cheap Tempai. Weight includes the E-pin, which is very likely to come out. In the end, AOA gets a functioning Tempai for this pay Aka. G1 becomes double run material. Then there's 3 Su1 for AOA as well as an AOA calls the Kan, and Sumugiri is the Kan Rinshan. Too bad, that's the rules. Arara is Tempai as well, a weak 6-pin weight. It can still fight. And Took with the Tsuma. That's Dabunan. I was thinking it's a Dabunan, it's only East Fort, so it's Single-nan. So Took gets 2nd place. And now let's look at the score. C13 takes -25, -5, -34, +17. Arara is double negative, so don't need to think about that. Took is somewhere around +17, and AOA has pretty much exactly 0 at the moment. So at the moment, Took and C13 still advancing thanks to their superior points in the first game. And their small losses currently. So C13 went open, that's a blatant Honitsu, possible Dabunan, this time real Dabunan, with an Akadora. So fairly easy Mangan, or at least a... Well, with Itsu he might score Mangan too. Took meanwhile Ishanten on Hakuanko and 1 Akadora. AOA Ishanten on a plain Nomite. Arara Ishanten on 1 Dora. What? Why did you discard that? Aren't you going for a Honitsu C13? How does keeping this also help you at all? It doesn't help you at all. You can't use the souls for a winning hand. Both souls should be out at this point. Again, C13, what are you doing? AOA to E-shanten. Aurora Rönshanten. Tuuk Rönshanten. AOA Tenpai. Crapperweight. No points. First place. Doesn't even take the Tenpai, which... Well, he might get painful in the long run, but... C13 gets double on pawn, and will he now go for Honitsu? Proud of you could have been Tenpai had you not discarded those months before. And now you're most likely going to be Furitan. Two makes a call I don't quite get. What did it accomplish besides rendering him, giving him a different type of Furitan? C13 locks back into a Tenpai, and it hasn't even backfired. He drew the extra effectively the same tiles he drew away earlier. And anyway, deals into C13! Were those monster tiles earlier a perfect disguise or something? In any case, with that, AOA's chance of advantage are really low. C13 going for double first at the moment. However, it's all 20, so this in South second round now, this game is going to go down to the wire, but the match itself might quite not. I think the West round is even if you grab the first place, you might not necessarily get enough points to advance in the cumulative score scheme. Arara, now they want to make a move. Still technical last place. And overall also last place, I think. Yes, he is. Advancing into a fast E-shanten for Wandora. And at this point a 4000 pointer gets you first. But more realistically, it's valuable points towards getting the win in the West round once that comes. AOA-san will be a Chitotsu. C13 has been stuck with this strange pile of pins for a while and it really isn't in good shape or anything. Some Chinitsu wouldn't have been too far-fetched. Ara. Two gets first Anko, the hand is at the moment Chitotsu Aka E-shanten. But now it might become a Chun Toitoi Aka or possibly even something much bigger. C13 with those tiles might have even scored a Shinitsu Ryuanpeikko Aka, though it will require a crap ton of tiles in 369 Suji. What was that took? How does that move make even a slightest bit of sense? Took moving into a crap tier E-shanten, Chun Akaichi. Meanwhile, G13 again, drawing back the tiles he drew away earlier. E-shanten on Chitotsu Aka. AOA draws a rich Chitotsu. C13 should go open here, absolutely. Call pins go for Shinitsu. Discard E1, then drummer later. AOA's Chitotsu weight is on the G1, which is a bit odd. It's close guarded by Somkabe. C13 could be in Tenpai now. It is. It does improve his weight a bit, yes. But is a bit enough. Of course, he wins his hand, he gets Oyauhan and C13 Tenpai. That's a 369 pin Sammenchan weight on Impachi. But there aren't that many of them left, actually. All the 9 pins down. Are you serious, Arara? Did you just discard a Lumpin? Took is into a crap Tenpai. So 3 Tenpais on the table. 1 very decisive, 2 still fairly okay. 2 scores and 2 bad at this moment. Arara, again, what are you doing? Arara drops his Ampi deals into Impachi. With that, C13 is first place again, and is set to advance. Meanwhile, Arara is deep last and is going to die. And AOA, despite a second place, really cannot outdo Tuk at this point. With that deal in, it seems the game that was once extremely even is now completely set. C13 and Tuk are advancing, and AOA and Arara can't really do anything about that. AOA needs to win big, Arara needs to win really big in Oraso. We have seen miracle comebacks, but not from these two. So the Rise to Onan is quickly killed. Both of the overall bottom two going for fairly okay pump in hands. AOA gets a temporary Tenpai, throws it away. He's going for something a bit higher scoring than a Reach Nomikan Ryuansho. C30 meanwhile could even get a Sanshoku with this shape of his. I'm going to say the 7 because it's Furit and the 5 is redundant, and yes, you did. Took into Ishan 10. Well, he's still Ishan 10, but he broke with possible Ipeiko, which is a mistake. That's Arara's 4th pair of Tanoshii Tournament, or maybe Rampeiko. C13, Ronshan 10, and AOA draws a Tampin Tenpai. Instant Richi. Still it good. 4 in the wall, including Akadora. C13, immediate Tanoshii Tournament Ishan 10. Drops the E1 in his strange fashion. That was a definite misplay from his position. Arara draws the Akadora. If he goes for a C-Toitsu counter, he's going to try to use the Aka. However, a standard hand was fine as well, so Arara beat. What?
No.
Arara deals with AOA, that's game ending! And that doesn't change the fact that it's C13 and Tuk advance. AOA, Arara's discard was completely baffling, and AOA's run is still a mistake. So let's take these scores. But it's plain obvious that Tuk's AOA slight positive isn't enough to overtake his big negative in the first game. There you have it. Subara and Tuk, that is to say C13 and Tuk, are the ones advancing. A great performance on C13, winning both games despite being last during the beginning of both games. Some excellent wins from this guy. However, not necessarily thanks to just him. So it will be C13 and 2 who advance on to the semifinals. 4 other players already wait them there, and the final 2 semifinalists will be decided on Saturday, about 2 days from now. Now it's closer to 1.5 days. Well then, thank you for watching.